Greetings, everyone. Welcome to another full item randomizer. I'm Stoker, and joining with me is Raylan.
Hey everyone.
So this is another one of the busy matches today. We have 3 matches today. This round of 16, and as you know, anything can happen.
Very interested in what we are going to see, because I believe the last race I saw of Tomcat had a pretty close finish.
Oh yeah.
Slightly close. Was one of the more heart attack inducing red fights. But,
oh yeah, that was. Yeah, it was coming to the wire. You know, it's just. This is always it's always very intense. I think we've had about at least a half dozen matches decided by less than a minute, and so it really is anything goes, especially with the red fights. You never know what you're gonna do, what you're gonna face, and sometimes it can go all wrong or all right. Currently are dealing with some other technical issues at the moment. Just waiting for asazas to get back online.
better now than during the race. So hopefully asazas won't have to deal with this.
We'll just make sure everything's okay. Alright, so without further delay, we'll get started. Alright, so this is going to be a really interesting match. So, I mean, Tom just came off of a win versus Vandio, and I believe asazas came off of a similarly close win against Pika Pals. So, this is definitely looking to be another close match.
Okay. I mean, at this stage, there are definitely no weak runners left. Everyone knows how to play the game, knows how to deal with what the ship can throw at you. Yeah, it's really fun. It just comes down to whatever they find.
Oh yeah, absolutely. Honestly, this whole bracket stage has been amazing. You know, we've been sort of joking that all the bracket stages have been terrible for predictions. You know, with upsets going left and right. You know, unexpected victories coming from people that think weren't aware of. So this has been definitely very exciting and single elimination. So you win, you go on. You lose, you're done. But it looks like our racers have started now.
So they are onwards in their adventure to find all 16 badges, the 3 poker gear parts, access to Kanto, and then successfully being able to get to Mount Silver and fight Red. Starting out with TM13, always nice to have a TM early on, especially if it's Sludge Bomb. That's very nice.
Oh, is that what it is today?
I think so.
I have no idea. I didn't see it when Tom menued.
I kinda glanced over something like a Sludge Bomb by asazas side, so...
Oh. We have a Milk Tank, Crocodile, and a Rat.
So I don't think you take the Rat. The other 2 you can choose.
Looks like asazas is actually choosing Crocodile versus Tom has chosen Milk Tank.
Yeah. I might not really want to give the rival a Feraligatr eventually might influence his choice. Usually I'd say Milting probably the better Pokemon to run. Probably even if it would eventually get to a Feraligatr, that will take quite a while, so I don't think it's the plan of asazas to run it entirely, but decent enough to run away from things. Ooh.
And we have the Thunder Badge already, wow. Keeping me on my toes. We see Bigger Gator here as well. And Sasa's favorite Venusaur. He always loves that.
So Route 29 is just a starter route. Kinda. Butterfree.
Yeah, this has been all sorts of them. There was a Kabutops there as well. We got some big shopping from Asasas, able to sell off, I believe. It must have sold off the TM there.
I think. Didn't we find just an HP up somewhere?
Oh, it might have been HP up, yeah.
Okay. We also get charcoal, so we're even more money for Violet. Okay, what? It is a decent option to go back to Route 29. There were some viable Pokemon there to run. And it's just a normal Sludge. Okay, not a Sludge Bomb. So not as good, but an okay physical move still. See Hitmonlee. Strong physical attack. With weak defense. And a Snorlax on the other side of Tomcat's side. With Earthquake. Ooh. Snorlax with Earthquake definitely should be very decently runnable. It is slow, yes, but it is very tanky and has a decent physical attack, so...
This is, I think, has been run a couple times. Not in this tournament yet, but it's workable. Hitmonlee is definitely the highest attack of the Hitmons, which I think normally would make it the best to use, but it's also much more frail.
Only Mega Kick as the one physical attack, Metal Claws the other, not the greatest. Flamethrower and Fire Blast, you do not really want to run special moves on Hitmons. So, not the greatest, but maybe doable for now. Oh, and the Kangaskhan has Stab Back Bomb. Luckily it's only level 2. Unfortunate confusion of a Dizzy Punch of a Kadabra. One knife doing its best to be annoying.
One knife always helping out. I'm always in favor of the knives rather than spoons. And we see a Blissey here. He may just get killed for experience.
Yeah, of course. So this early on, having a Blissey to kill even just one would help so much with the early fights.
And also, I think, get into the threshold of learning a new move. Oh, not quite.
Wouldn't find a...
Oh. And there's the fog badge. Ooh. Yeah, so that's exciting that we have the fog badge already.
Can always point it into the direction of maybe an early surf.
Early surf would be nice for getting to one, and that was a sludge jam. Close.
Yeah.
Not as exciting.
It is still a physical move. You can teach your mons, both runners currently on a main that would be preferably using physical moves. So if you have nothing else, would be okay move to get your moves in a bit more versatile. Runners decide to hit the escape rope chamber first. Find an overworld.
Alright, ooh. Alright, so we can get a new level 10 main, should we care about that. I do believe Tom said it's Monday morning, which is why the... you know, it's one of his memes, which is why the screen looks awfully yellow. Its morning palette is the most disgusting of them all.
And teaching Dutch to these Nordics. Again, to help out with the moveset a bit. And Asazas is looking for a fishing rod main.
I mean, I don't blame him. Be something, although I don't think Arbok is exactly what he's looking for.
You have Deb Sludge Arbok with wing attack?
I don't know, that still doesn't sound convincing to me.
This Hitmonlee is not too great either currently. It is probably the better Pokemon in vacuum, but the moveset really Mega Kick, E-Speed,
yeah,
Metal Claw.
You're struggling with PPA and health, and especially with low health and defense. You're gonna be struggling with that the entire time. Meanwhile, Tom is going through with the Snorlax, slow but steady. Can't complain.
Ooh, and it learns Rock Smash
on its own. Wow.
Wow.
Yeah, Earthquake, Thrash, Rock Smash. I mean, heck, even if you're not running it, the fact that it learns a Rock Smash on its own lets you break logic entirely. Who needs to wait for the squirt bottle? As I say that, he does pick it up.
I mean, even if you just pick it up, it is still better in a sense that you do not need to get to Goldenrod to check the Rock Smash items if you want to. Don't need to make the trip back and forth.
Yeah. So we do have a squirt bottle for them both.
Yeah, which probably means that Asazas will be looking at another main switch soon-ish. Or at least look what the options are, because again, Arbok definitely not the greatest. Will be doing fine for here for the Sprout Tower. Oh, Earthring using Raw being a bit annoying to Tomcat.
Yeah.
I'm curious if our runners will even tackle the Violet Gym now that they have the squirt bottle.
Well, there's a squirt ball for Asazas, a little bit early on that mark.
Yeah.
I think Asazas is more than going to just more than willing to just get at least the 20, take a peek at it before going to the gym. I don't think he's especially happy with the Arbok.
Yeah.
It's good enough.
I can see Tomcat saying, yeah, the Snorlax is definitely decent, has a great moveset, and then going the more vanilla way of going down to Azalea, doing all this stuff on the way there. But there's still the option to just go at least check out the level 20 and see what it is. And then decide from there if you maybe just go to Goldenrod first.
Yeah.
Or check Bill's Pokemon. There's so much options you have. Just an awakening from the Elder.
He's probably trying to wake everyone up. I mean, this is the first match of the day, so you need to be awake for the rest of them.
Yep. And Tomcat is just hitting the gym. So yes, this Snorlax is more than good enough to take at least this one out. Can make nice use of that Mega Drain on the Graveler to heal up the Arbok. Works out kinda well.
Yeah, sorry, I was trying to take care of some admin stuff while doing this, so I apologize for being semi-abstinent.
No problem. That's not too
Making
much
sure we
happening,
have at least one for our third match today, so we're good to go.
Yeah, you did not really miss anything. Asazas is just deciding to check out what our Sudowoodo is.
And was that a Remoraid?
Yep.
Oh no, Jinx.
No.
I got it wrong. I was listening to the Remoraid cry on
Yeah.
Tom's side. I got totally thrown off.
You're definitely not going to run the Smoochum.
At least it's good for repelling.
Yeah.
But yeah, Tom takes care of this. I guess asazas. Did he even finish the tower?
He did finish the tower, but
Oh, he
skipped
did.
out on the gym.
Yeah. Definitely gonna be looking for perhaps a new Bill Pokemon. Kenya is also a possibility, considering he does have the Fog Badge. And there's the Soul Badge right here.
Yep.
Yeah, it looks like Falkadar gave us nothing specifically useful.
Nope.
But Tom is, since he has Rock Smash, he's actually gonna go check out those Rock Smash checks, it seems like.
Yeah.
I mean,
Why not?
it's not quite in logic because these are in the dark as well, but he does know that it eventually is gonna happen because he does have that Squirt Bottle.
So we can also get a look at the level 15 here, which is a Nidoran.
Oh no! Asasa's mismoved and hit the twins. It's not what you want to be fighting. Luckily, he at least centered in Ekritik to get the cutscene. So if all goes wrong, it's still a thing. This is really a slap battle, honestly, between the Coughing and Arbok, with neither of them doing much damage.
And then the King there. With Aeroblast. Whoop.
Whoops! Yeah, I think that's gonna be... Alright, Switch'em has... Well... I honestly am thinking that Mirror Move Water Gun would do more damage than Swift. But you have to, of course, live the Aeroblast. And... just the Silver Wing on Route 46, nothing interesting in Dark Cave, it seems like, as Tom just resets it all.
Then keeping... I mean, the Silver Wing is definitely an interesting find. You now know where it is.
Yeah.
Should we ever reach the stage where we have Laser Badge, Whirlpool, and Surf found, and have access to North Kanto, we can get a look at the level 60. So
yeah, I mean, it's definitely not worth keeping at the moment for another rival. Although it looks like the twins did claim asazas as their victim.
Yep, they sure did.
Just a small minor detour.
Tomcat getting a nice soft sand to use with that Snorlax Earthquake.
Yeah. He is definitely going to use Repel for... Oh, yeah, it does equip the soft sand. And is going to use the Repel for Switch. Doesn't want to really care about Route 37. Perfectly happy with his Snorlax. Looks like Sasa is resetting away the item there. The items, the contest, nothing important. As Tom gets his own soul badge. Tom making liberal use of save resets, as well as the Sasas. I think that's definitely worth doing, as he's going to explore Route 42 and Mount Mortar.
Yep, might even go all the way to Route 43 to get that last quick check.
I would suppose so, because he did save in Mahogany.
Yeah.
Sasa's hoping to get this Route 35 item. You know, this trainer, whenever I've done early Squirt Bottle like that, is definitely one of the scariest moments. Especially when you know you don't have a great main, or a great Pokemon, right? But just a Ladybus, so no big deal.
It is one level 15 Pokemon that is hiding this item, but the Arbok was decent enough, so yeah, it was not too much of a problem.
And nothing good on Route 42, Mortar, or Route 43. Tom just resets it away. Asasa's picking up his Kenya. We'll be picking up probably the Phil's Poke as well. Kenya is either a Tentacle or a Tentacruel, it seems like. Not something I think he's looking to main switch to.
I mean, if it would be the Tentacruel and has a decent moveset, maybe.
With the Kenya, I don't think it's good enough long-term buys. I've run too many of them and have been utterly disappointed. They're good for the beginning, although we do have Dig here. That'll save us as a bunch of escape ropes.
Yeah, and that's now for both runners learning a nice utility move. Tomcat here did try to tackle the Kimono Girls, and there was a Dragonair waiting with Dynamic Punch. That unfortunately hit, and yeah, the Snorlax, being 4 levels lower, just couldn't really deal with that.
Oh, the Spinner? Or, sorry.
The Dragonair with Dynamic Punch.
Oof, yeah, that was the other kimonos. I'm doing kimonos really early, actually. It's kind of surprising, but might be trying to just opt for the roamers and gain just enough experience to deal with Rebel 3. Today's radio card quiz reward, just a Moonstone and a Nugget. Thanks for coming. Here's a chicken nugget.
I mean, it is money, and Azaz is apparently interested enough in money currently that he decides to keep them and not reset them away.
I mean, he did wipe to the twins, so he had half the money that he had previously. Just max potion. Not interested in the phone call. You know, I wish that worked in real life. I could just save reset away from all those phone calls from advertisement stuff. They somehow get my number, and I just
I think that
never
would be
let it go.
really nice. Oh, Snorlax 2 levels higher. Did take down the floor. Second try on the Dragonair.
Alright. Not so bad. Ooh. And no good TMs there to start with. I don't think it's sauces. Let's quite check what there is apart. We'll see what there is later.
Okay.
Is buying some X items, shopping now. Always good to do your shopping at the beginning.
Second try on the Dragonair worked. That missed 2 dynamic punches, so no problem this time.
Oh, an attack that may cause paralysis. That could be body slam. Oh, attack that may the lower special attack. Another good one to see. Sasa's selling his escape ropes to be able to afford that. We have Rock Smash, and then some random poison move that really is not relevant. Oh, it is Body Slam. Called it! It's always better than the Lick TM. That's the most bait. Maybe we'll hold off later for the special defense one. Honestly, I've started to not be as fond of buying that TM. Most of the time it ends up being, I feel like, Shadow Ball for me, which I just don't like as a move. It just doesn't cover the normal types, which is important.
Yeah, I mean, currently Sludge Bomb would be a decent move for both of runners, although Tomcat probably would not really need it with Earthquake, and would rather prefer just Body Slam or Stabs, Body Slam Snorlax.
Sludge Bomb? I don't know if there was in the mart there. It was just a move that made poison, which means it's non-damaging. Probably something like Poison Gas.
I mean, the Shadow Ball.
Oh, the Shadow Ball, sorry. Yeah, Shadow Ball would be probably pretty good to complement Arbok's moveset, actually. So, yeah. Snorlax is pretty happy as is. Would definitely prefer that Body Slam TM.
Yep.
And we see asazas doing kind of the reverse Golden Rod loop. Getting the quick checks. Doesn't seem like we have all too much going on right now. I didn't see what the kimonos gave. We do have strength on Asasa's side now.
I missed the kimonos too, but it probably means it wasn't really noteworthy.
Yeah. I guess Tom doesn't feel. I guess after the close bouts with the Dragonair, which is something I never expected to say, probably realizes he may not be able to totally deal with Rival 3 for the early roamer strats. And this is unfortunately the downside of going second, is that things can just status you and you just lose so much time.
Yep.
So I don't think we checked Bill's Pokemon at all. Asazas actually going to that center there. Maybe he's just happy with the Arbok.
Yeah, again, Arbok is not the worst. It's definitely not great, but it can deal with stuff.
Oops. Digging on a Golbat, that doesn't quite work.
Yeah. Arbok still 85 base attack, stab sludge.
I mean, I think it's bare usable, honestly. But you know, it's doing its job.
It is probably not going to be the Pokemon Asazas fight through that with, but for this first part of Johto here, it's definitely more than enough.
Oh yeah, absolutely. It's got good enough attack to deal with it, and I think we've seen other Pokemon worse run, so at least it is good to see Snake getting its fair share of use. We do see Tom fighting the 4-poke trainer right now. Doing that in preparation to potentially fight the basement before the basement later.
Yeah.
Also good experience for if he wants to take on Whitney.
Yep.
He is going shopping with getting some heal powders. A little bit cheaper than full heals. I personally prefer to have full heals because there are more full heals on the map than heal powders, so having a slot open for them is helpful.
But you do not need too many of them, and if you can buy about 8 here, I think you are more often than not pretty set for everything that the Rando is usually throwing at you, so
I mean, that's definitely true, although when you're running slower poke like slower Snorlax, you probably want just a bit more of them.
yeah. But as you said, they are cheaper than full heals, so you can get more of them this early on, where money is still a limited resource.
Yeah.
Tomcat still hasn't done the shopping for the Water Stone and the potentially X items, TMs and stuff, so yeah. Trying to save money where you can and it is reasonable, definitely good idea early on.
Nothing interesting on Kurt. Sasa's gonna go back, fight Jim now, as we have already quite a route divergence between the both of them. And it looks like Whitney sees that Tom's running that Snorlax and says, I like that Snorlax too.
Yeah, I can understand that, Fresh Snorlax. Unlucky.
Yeah, it was a crit thrash on Tom's side. He went for the Rock Smash to reduce the defense of the enemy Snorlax, but that wasn't quite enough to one-shot with. And looks like Whitney's out for blood with 2 crits.
Snorlax goes down and Ghastly on the other side.
Yeah.
So good
Luckily,
thing that we
not
are
locked into Thrash.
Yep.
So he's able to at least dispatch this Ghastly in one go. Got the item finder.
And a PPR, which is money.
Yeah. You know, the item finder will help you find the hidden items. Although, I don't know if it'll do enough to help Tom necessarily get all the key items he'd like. Doesn't necessarily point you to the key items in this game, it just tells you if there's a hidden item around.
Yeah. Could be more helpful in different settings maybe, where hidden items are actually mixed into the item pool, but that's not the case for this tournament, so yeah, it's most likely not going to help out too much.
Yeah. Alright. Bugsy, not too much of a problem. Although that Mega Horn from the Paragon 2 did a lot more damage than I was expecting. I think it was a crit. Ooh, piece of candy. And an Ultra Ball.
So, not needed to fight Bugsy, but rare candy, always nice to have.
Oh,
knowing that you are not missing any rare candies, definitely a good feeling.
Tom doing his depositing Snorlax to do the PC heal. Definitely good to do. He's gonna go shopping for his Water Stone now and potentially some X items.
Yep. So decide to pick up some X items.
Does sell those items, not a big deal.
Yeah. Although Powder Snow is an ice move, and that can be greater for coverage, it's not strong enough to really be.
The only use for Power Snow is to get the cheese freeze if you can, with the 10% freeze chance. Did Tom buy a Moonstone there?
It almost looked like it.
Maybe he's preparing for his Jigglypuff. Man, the trade is Abra for a Kingler. Definitely could do it. You know, he did run a Jigglypuff in the Cinco Bingo tournament last year. Wasn't necessarily successful, but Tom's always willing to do his meme mains, so you never know with Tom.
To be fair, you do not really know what your other options are, and we are seeing asazas running in Arbok, which is certainly not great either. So who knows? It might just be enough. Okay, but Asazas is now hitting Union Cave.
It looks like Tom's just gonna follow asazas, just having done a few of those extra checks compared to asazas.
They did not help Tomcat out in any way though, so Asazas didn't miss anything.
And there's the strength. Yep.
Meanwhile, that was a clear bell that Asazas found here in Union.
Oh, thank you very much. I was looking at the wrong screen, so... Yep. Maybe... I mean, I think it's... This point out in the chat, Arbok is strong enough to get asazas to level 40. With that clear bell, it's not great, but you can just main switch to the Suicune without needing to climb the Tin Tower itself. You know, if you hear anything really good there.
I mean, with it being already access to Tin Tower and only Rainbow Misting to be able to access all the items in Tin Tower, there's definitely a reason to just at least release the roamers, get a peek at what they are, and then maybe fight Morty. Yeah,
Asasa's almost forgetting that item in the grass there. We don't see... Our runners aren't as necessarily practiced, it seems like, going for the reverse Johto loop. It's not something you normally will do.
I mean, you do not always have the option to. It is not especially rare, but it's not that usual either to have a square bottle this early and then make the reverse Johto loop. So
we do see the Miracle Seed guy kicking Asasas up, so reminding him that if you eventually want to get his item, you do need to do this gym battle.
Yep. Which actually won't happen for Tomcat, as Tomcat already finished the gym and got the egg.
Interestingly to note though is that Asasas, I mean, so there wasn't the guy selling the Slowpoke tails for Asasas because he never did the gym. We may have the invisible Slowpoke guy for Tom. I don't remember exact circumstances for that. But you may have the invisible guy trying to sell him items you can't afford, even with max money in the game. Yeah, it's one digit too many for those who are wondering. Although I would love to buy some Slowpoke tail from him one day for that outrageous price.
I mean, over the course of many seeds, you will amass such an amount of money that you really do not know where to spend on. So, if you could collect them over all of the seeds, at some point you would really be able to afford so many of those.
Although you could get them for much cheaper from the mahogany shop, only 9,800.
Yeah, but then you need to spend them for so much more. So, with all the money you have, how will you carry all that stuff?
Oh, you know what I'll do is I'll just go to the game corner instead. Or buy those TMs from the game corner for the 5,500 5,500 coins, which is 110,000 Poké Dollars.
Also a good option. Okay, as I was turning in Kenya now, this will be a new check.
Full heal?
Full heal, yes.
Alright, and then he's gonna be doing the same dips that Tom is doing. I don't foresee him actually keeping the Silver Wing, but maybe making a note of it for the future.
Yeah, I do not see any reason to keep that at this current moment.
Oh, so we saw a different Rock Smash encounter from Tom, I believe. So this is new for us to see Dunsparce in the rocks.
Yep.
Fun fact, you can normally find Dunsparce in Dark Cave, it's just not in the rocks.
And this is the second Dunsparce, so Tomcat might actually have gotten the rare encounter on the rocks.
Don't remember what it was though.
Was a male Nidoran.
Oh, I thought that's what it was, but I wasn't sure if that was that or Route 37. But yeah, you never know. It's kind of hard to find out which one's the male, or no, which one's the rare, which one's the uncommon based off of a 3 sample size. Sauces is saving for this one. Alright, does want that elixir. Wasn't interested to Tom. And does reset the Silverwing, no problem.
And Tomcat
Oh,
Snorlax
no.
goes down to an 8 level lower Pinsir because it has Dynamic Punch again and landed 3 of those.
Smoochum's there to clean up though. Yeah, Bugsy giving Tom a little bit more issue. Does he not have a revive?
Apparently not.
Yeah, Megahorn P2 is just gonna clean this fight up. It was a Tentacruel. Oh, a booming Tentacruel. So if it wasn't going down there, going down now.
Nope.
Alright, Morty. I see you. See, Morty's just being a jerk. Decides to go in front of Asasas right there. Just. Ugh. Oh, we have Surf! We have new main possibilities! And immediately being taught to Arbok over Tri-Attack. If anything, that's... Oh yeah, he... Masasas out. He goes, I want to find a new main. Either that or at least get more items. Does not even finish Burn Tower. Or even consider the roamers, just says, I want a new main. Later.
But this Arbok being level 21, where do you really want to look?
Shiny? Shiny's a level 30. If they're at level 30, is a level 30. Also, oh yeah.
Would be able to get you to Tentauro smoother if you want to.
You could always also game switch to the Electrodes as well. They're level 23s, as well as the traps. It's a little bit of a lower level, but I've done that once before.
Yeah, and I mean, in the end, the Arbok's still not too bad for now, so might just go ahead and do the hideout with it as far as it can take you. See what items are in there. There are quite a lot.
The shiny animation I don't think is necessarily as long as a Jinx Cry. It's also guaranteed to have 10 special, which is very good. 10 special defense and 10 speed. So while the animation might take some time, it is definitely viable for a special poke. And we do find that Cascade badge there, so that's going to boost the Surf damage as well. Tom going back for revenge against Bugsy goes, not this time. You're not gonna hit me with that dynamic punch.
First one misses, and Pinsir almost down. Second one hits though.
Oh no. Alright, just get through. Alright. Okay, so nothing too much here in Mount Mortar Basement. He is gonna probably go. I mean, level 30 is level 30 at this point, and I'd be willing to switch. Well, I'd be willing to at least think about switching it away from the Arbok. Oh, I don't think Asasas checked what was in Mount Mortar itself, the ground items. Not that there was anything there.
Leather items? I'm not sure. Maybe not.
Okay. It's a Crobat.
It's an upgrade over Arbok in terms of speed and physical attack.
It does have more attack? I wasn't sure about that, but either way, it's got speed, and it's a nice pink shape.
It has 5 more base attack.
Alright, a little bit more workable. Not sure if Asazas is really considering that. Just definitely catching it though, because it's easier to catch than to try to kill it at this stage. It would have been the same color, but it's actually pink now. It's a fabulous pink. I'm all in favor of the pink Pokemon.
And to be fair, Crobat is actually a complete upgrade in all stats. Not by far. Only speed is really a noticeable upgrade, but
every point matters. I do like the comment about calling it Edward. Still a better romance. Still a better romance than Twilight, huh?
Yep. That's for sure.
Storms would be in shambles now. He absolutely detests Crobat. He's run it so many times just to be disappointed.
Yeah, Crobat is fast, but it's not that strong. It's not that defensive.
It's just fast.
Yeah, and it unfortunately does not really have a good type to have a stab move.
I mean, Stab Aeroblast is not bad.
That is true.
Aeroblast and Drill Peck Flying type is actually pretty decent attacking type. I'd say it's the equivalent of normal with some of the better move sets as well. It's neutral to most things. It's got a few more super effectives at the cost of being resisted by Rock, Electric, and Steel, but I mean, it's mostly just adding an additional resistance of electricity for being able to hit multiple things for super effective.
The problem is just those two, Drillpeck and Aeroblast, are just not that likely to be available compared to Surf and Strength. So
yeah. Well, Surf and Strength makes anything runnable, really. We've also had, of course, the tales of the Surf Strength Fly mains. Tom buying those revives, realizing that was a kind of waste of time initially not having that for something like Bugsy. Because he is going to Rival 3 this time.
At least check out the Rock Smash item, because he still does not have Surf that is there. So definitely makes sense, and it was a crunch TM there, so it was smart.
Yes. Very good, I like Crunch. Crunch is very nice. Yeah, and Tom actually, it seems like, bought another Rock Smash TM? In case he wanted to keep Rock Smash off his Snorlax.
Yeah,
we are switching to Tom's audio as he is going to go towards the roamers.
I mean, the Snorlax definitely is a Pokemon that you can choose to run, especially with Strength.
Actually, neither of them have Clearable marked. Actually, it seems like may have been a
No, they. I'm very sure they have it.
Oh, they do. Well, then neither of them have it marked on their trackers, actually.
I'm very confident it wasn't.
Oh no, absolutely. I didn't see it, so. Huh. It's kind of strange. But neither of them have it marked. Oh, and that's a Blissey Rival? Oh, it's so much experience! It's 1.5 times the experience that you would find on a wild for the same amount. Oh, I'd love to see that. No, they do have both have clear mode. Thank you very much. Sorry. It's kind of weird that neither of them have it marked. I hope it doesn't come down to that.
Robot time. That sounds like something I would just forget about.
So it's a Mareep, I believe. Mareep something, and I believe that's a Togetic. So Ikun.
Or
Oh,
same
Kakuna.
with
Thank you,
Kakuna.
Garf. Hey, I got 2 of the 3 right.
Yeah, so
I'm starting to get there in my cry intensification.
So the Mareep, if you could get to it, would be maybe considerable depending on moveset and the TMs you have.
I mean, you have at least Surf, so.
Yeah.
Surf Crunch is very workable. Mareep Ampros has, I think, 110 or 115 special attack, so it's actually very good. Just on the slower side.
Yeah,
Same
it
speed
is
as Bear.
quite slow. So, yeah.
It might be a little bit over exaggerated though, because when you get to high enough level, your stat experience will help you get through most Pokemon.
I run them first before. It was painful. It is just very slow. In the end, it will be able to outspeed most things, but still.
It's also bulky enough to take the hits.
Well, as long as you don't run into earthquakes.
Yes. Yeah. It's definitely interesting seeing asazas run that Crobat. I mean, it's definitely its upgrade to him over the Arbok, but I don't think it's something you would do every day.
I think it's also just more a vehicle to get to something stronger. So
Yeah, it's a main to get to the next main.
Yep.
And it was a higher level, so that's all good. Oh, that Arbok! It did not see that coming. Digs only to get Earthquake. Earthquake does double damage to Pokemon that have used Dig. So yeah, and Tom teaching over Rock Smash doesn't need it on his main.
And to be fair, Tomcat has checked all hard Rock Smash locked items, so Rock Smash is technically not really usable anymore. There's one more spot where it does save you a few seconds of time, but
Getting hitpunch flinch hacked by that Tyranitar. But yeah, he does have that backup Rock Smash TM anyways. Oh my gosh, this Tyranitar has flinched him a total of 4 times.
and
that's
3 times in a row. So 2.
I think it was 2 times, twice in a row, but yeah, this is just... Oh my god, please stop. Oh my gosh, Snorlax trying to learn Body Slam on its own. Oh, and there's the Storm Badge. That's a nice item to pick up on your way out.
Yep.
This Snorlax is like, I heard you wanted a Body Slam Pokemon. I got you. You don't have to use that TM. Yeah, there's been so many matches going on. We're almost done. And we have the expansion card today. Very much required.
Yeah, I kind of have bad news for you, Snowbear. This Morty, absolutely hard required. There's no way around that.
It's not required if you don't finish the seed.
Yeah, fair. But if you intend to finish the seeds, at some point you actually have to fight Morty.
Yes. Alright, Tom, taking a quick detour, realizing, you know what? I'm running low on repels. Well, let's go to Olivine first.
Yep. Could always be both parts of Fly being in the lighthouse, and just to get to those super repels can be very nice.
And today the Pokemon powering the machine are Rapidash. So we have a fire unicorn. We have Kingler. We have a crab. So it's it's already red, ready from being roasted. Got Boulder Badge there for Tom.
Boulder Badge in all of mine.
I'm looking forward to the next Pokemon that's ready to be cooked or on fire. And I think that's a Venusaur or Ivysaur.
Ivysaur.
Okay, so it's getting there too. I would consider have done that Kingler knowing it had Aeroblast, but I don't know. But oh, that's the Rising Badge for Tom as well.
Yeah, actually, knowing or with what we know, I'm kind of a bit sad that this was a Kingler, not a Krabby.
Oh, well, do we know what the Krabby trade was?
No, we don't, but considering that the Rising Badge just showed up, it would definitely be something that asazas could have caught just in case.
Yeah. I mean, he does have the Fog Badge and the Storm Badge, so Storm Badge covers up to level 70, Fog Badge is up to level 50. But yeah, Rising Badge means you don't have to worry about those hard level caps.
And yeah, this Crobat is doing alright, but having the prospect to maybe switch up to different main definitely would be probably worth at least catch the Krabby and take a look at the trade.
Yeah.
You never know if it's maybe a Thunderbolt Zapdos.
I mean, it could be. You know, I've run Disobedient Zapdos before. Oh man, that was quite a thing. I'm telling you, it had 4 amazing moves. It just needed to use a move to kill things. Disobedience though is such a problem. You go 1 level over, and you have a less than 50% chance of actually using the move you intend to use. It's very much unbearable.
So, I did not really pay too much attention to during the hideout, but I didn't really see anything being in there, was there?
I mean, I think it was just the Rising Badge.
No,
honestly. Or not Rising, Storm Badge.
Oh, Storm Badge, right.
It really doesn't look like there was actually much there today.
Storm Badge.
And the Storm Badge was on the way out. Oh, we see the machine part here. Alright.
Nice to find early.
Oh, and the Marsh Badge. There's been so much in Olivine already. That's 3 badges and a key item. And
we're not done yet.
Yeah, this is quite a treasure trove of the town. Oh my gosh. Expansion card was on Morty. Yeah, no, this is just... Oh my gosh. Looks like the price was not right today.
No.
Yeah, so you didn't even need to finish the Mahogany Rockets. You just need to grab that 1 quick item and leave.
Yeah. It is the Storm Badge, so it's more likely that Tomcat will be going there sooner than later. and most likely will be doing all of it too this early in the game. But yeah, you certainly just needed to grab that storm badge and could leave.
Yes, we've had a couple of I've had at least one race there, where it's been there at the top there. I've actually also had it be the drop down item afterwards, so you have to go all the way back around to go up the tower to go give it back to her because she was clearless and dropped it on the floor below her. It's always fun to find the secret potion in the lighthouse. Asazas having much less trouble with the kimono girls, or at least that dragon there, than Tom did.
Now on the way back, we're probably going to go to the hideout.
Yeah. I do hope for our racers that they do check they have the clear bell. Honestly. It's not an important thing right now, but they could be missing out on some big issues.
Yeah. But knowing what we do know currently, well, 3, 4, 5, 6. Okay, Tom will get to 7 or 8 badges. You've blue with the cascade badge, so that will open up a few more checks on Route 44 and in the ice path. But Tomcat did decide to not check out the item in Cyanwood, which is understandable, but we are in need of some kind of progression soon. And
well, we still have the Rising Badge check still, so...
Yeah.
And we still have Soft Sands, and...
Union Basement too, now with Surf.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, so there is a few options, but still...
there's not great options.
Yeah. And if there is something there on Signboard, that would be really, really bad for Tomcat now.
Oh, Asasas makes note that he does have the clear bell, so he is at least aware of that. He just marked on his tracker.
Okay.
So, yeah, Tom's been. This is unfortunately the problem of going second is that you're getting hit a lot of the times with status moves, which is why being very slow, like with the Snorlax, is actually actively detrimental. Snorlax absolutely won't outspeed anything. And with its base 30 speed, it's just, ugh. You're just asking for trouble.
Tomcat now going to fight the shiny.
Shiny Crobat.
Is interested in it?
Definitely not. Oh, let me get another listen to the Roamer cries.
It doesn't sound like anything I would want to switch to.
The Roamers are Mareep, Kakuna, and Togetic. Yeah, so we have a little bit of downtime right now as our runners are creating off checks. We can definitely shout out both of them as well. As shout out to Raylan, who's been doing a lot of commentary for us, especially the early mornings. So thank you very much. Definitely give him a follow.
actually those are the races I can commentate in comparison to those that are just to the others that are just too late. Because here in Europe it's already evening almost. So yeah.
Well, it's just the top of the morning for me, so
Yeah,
you
that's
have to wake up to a brand new day.
And so I am able and I am happy to do all these earlier races. Because
It helps.
for the most part, they're definitely interesting to watch and follow, and it's always fun to see what kind of shenanigans can happen.
Yeah, you never know what to expect. You never know when someone's gonna be running a pink crowbat.
Yeah. And of course, there's always this question, even if our runners get to the end, where will be that last badge? When will it be E4 again? Because let's be fair, it will be happening again. And yeah. What will Red do to our runners this time?
Yeah, well, as long as the dojo doesn't strike them down, that's all okay. We've had dojo claim the lives of 2 runners already, so, and that's not even a fight.
Yeah. Things can happen.
Yeah, so definitely keep track of it.
And that should be the last Pokemon on Morty for asazas. We'll be finding that expansion card.
Ugh. Still scam. Force you to come in and fight him, because you cannot pass without fighting me at least once.
So now as I was on the way towards Ardavine, we'll be finding those 3 badges there. And then what will be interesting to see what Azaz is deciding to do afterwards. If Azaz does decide to check out the Cyano check at least, which would make more sense in that situation because Azaz has less checks left where progression could be.
I think he's gonna be more willing to check, if only because he does have the Storm badge already. And Fly could be there, you never know.
It absolutely can.
It's not as big of a time waste. I mean, either if you have to save reset, but I mean, but if it's Fly, then well, then you're gonna be fine.
It also could be the mystery egg, and then that leading to 5 Fly agents.
Well, if he's getting the mystery egg, it's not so bad since he'll be already turning in getting the rising badge as well. Tom giving us nice screen flashes. His Snorlax got status yet again, this time with poison.
Which is actually one of the less bad statuses to have. Just does some damage that the Snorlax isn't really caring about if the Pokemon on the opposite side live.
It is those screen flashes, so if you are a little photosensitive, this is the time to turn away just briefly. We apologize for the screen flashes, as it flashes every few frames. We cannot get to Dragon's Den actually at all. Not only because we don't have the plane badge, but we also don't have the card key, so we can't do the radio tower. As there's someone who's blocking the gym until you do that. Because something's going on with something's going on with the radio tower. We can't let anyone do gym finals until that's been solved.
Yeah.
Okay, so it looks like Tom has finally healed up the poison, so You can look back at that side of the screen now. So this Crobat putting some work in.
Yep.
Snorlax getting those statuses, saying, "You know what? You think I'm slow? Well, now you're slower."
I mean, that's one way to go about it. Either be faster yourself or make your opponent slower.
I mean, it's one way to go first. Yep, there's the machine part, and we'll be getting the Marsh badge shortly. And there's Tom's Storm badge.
So, advantage Tom is definitely here being able to check Route 44 and Ice Path.
Yeah, so that's not going to be our fly progression, but it could be our actual normal progression.
Yep.
In addition, it gets them a little bit closer to the Elm checks and Union Cave checks, which is slightly more advantageous in terms of numbers than the lone secret potion check that Asazas has that he's closer to.
Is getting it by Zap Cannon and a second one.
Just to be good. You know, here's a Zap Cannon, and here's a second one just to make sure you got hit the first time. Even got hit by a blizzard too. Oof. Luckily, this match, the fight is not a problem for him.
Well, now double paralyze hitting already.
Yes, you have to talk to Jasmine to trigger the Cyanwood Pharmacy check. That's where you normally would get the secret potion.
And Azaz is done with the lighthouse, so...
Gets a little bit of holy water on the way out. And looks like Asazas is not interested in checking out the pharmacy check.
Which is understandable.
I mean, I think so too, but honestly I would have safe reset there since you're not getting any closer.
Yeah. I personally would have also safe reset there to just get a look at it. It is just one check, and we have quite a few others to do.
Yeah. So Asazas is saving right there to be able to get done some of these other important checks. Oh, that's right. We forgot about the Violet Water checks as well. That's actually not so bad of an idea.
Violet with Cherry Grove. We have almost all of the surf checks still left since we just got it in a
in Burn Tower,
later
yes.
position. Yep. So.
Looks like Violet is nothing. Sasa's probably gonna go for Mystic Water check in Cherry Grove, and then doubling it up with the checks for the Rising Badge check and potentially the Tojo Falls checks as well. The Tojo Falls Route 27 checks. Those can be fly.
If you are going this route, especially with a save at the crossroads there, Route 36, you kind of have to go all the way until you find something at least.
And potentially, if Asazas does get that waterfall, he would be able to check up to Route 26 and actually enter Victory Road as well. So, I mean, I did my first training match, but that was sort of different circumstances.
I mean, that also cannot be fly at that point, but still, it could be needed progression. And
you can always take that warp back to Cherry Grove.
Yep.
Or Newbark from Victory Road.
Yep. So when you find something that you most likely want to keep, why not just, keep it.
Alright, so the return cane checks, or no, the gatehouse is just a max elixir. We have Rising Badge checked now. We have the policeman blocking the way, so you have to talk to him first. Oh, just a paralyzed. Okay, so Asazas is aware that if he ever gets Mystery Egg, he does need to pick this up. Oh, we have Zephyr Badge here for Tom. Huh. So this is really intriguing. So this can't be fly or over here, but it still can be our progression.
Yep.
As the Asazas is reminded that you've just taken your first steps. It's a Kanto. Thanks.
So, kind of interesting case scenario would definitely be the plane badge here in Ice Path, and then fly over here at Tojo Falls, which Tomcat then could just get through over the path to Blackthorn and Route 45.
Yeah, you might even pick up that Silver Wing again, yeah.
It could work out very nice.
Oh, we have Waterfall here! Okay, so unfortunately Asazas, because he checked the other check first, he's going back into the waterfall again. You know, you don't expect to actually find waterfall there.
No.
So this check, the next check that Asazas is gonna have cannot be fly, but it is another check and does give him the option to get those Victory Road checks. Oh, never mind. Besides, you know what? I don't want to do that. What?
And decides to, well, maybe I should. Well, while I'm here. Fly is not going over here anyway, but he wants to keep Waterfall because it does open up the Mount Mortar checks, the remaining
yes,
ones.
It does.
So when you have to keep it anyway, and you can return to Newbark with the teleport, yeah, why not just check some more items here?
Yeah, I mean, yeah, it will require getting past Rival 5, but yeah, he's gonna take the wing.
That Crowbat is level 39, Asazas has bought X items, so
doesn't have to be worried about doesn't have to be worried about
level 40.
Level 40 wilds because he is daytime.
Yep. So yeah, Asazas is pretty nicely set up to do this.
Tom is checking the Violet City checks. He did check the Zephyr Badge check. I don't think it was anything important.
Nope.
I mean, it doesn't deal twice as much damage as other Pokemons, but it does deal 1.5 times. Close. Yeah, I think Crobat's wings are a little bit too weak there. It's quite the engorged bat. Actually, it's more of a miracle that he even fly, considering it's just kind of a blob. Goldberry was on Zephyr Badge check. Thank you very much. Yeah, so Tom's gonna head on off to his waterfall check as well, or get the waterfall there.
But that definitely means fly not going to be obtained very soon.
We got Max Elixir here in Victory Road. I always appreciate finding those. Anything you can do to help avoid having to send her is appreciated.
No trouble.
We are gonna have another Rival 1 fight. Asazas, oh yes, saving here. To save a little bit of time, if this item's not needed, just a berry. And he is gonna be going.
Okay, so yeah, this victory road was completely unnecessary.
Oh, Crobat is a bat. It's flying type. Look. You never know what's gonna happen. It's not. I mean, then again, most bird type Pokemon are also flying type, so it's maybe not bird, but it's a flying type Pokemon. He's gonna set up on this Bellsprout that is putting him to sleep, but that doesn't matter as long as he doesn't have something like Dream Eater or Nightmare.
Yeah.
Occasionally we do see some interesting big brain plays from the AI.
Smog definitely not scary at all.
No, asazas' Crobat is definitely not something he's gonna take through the E4. He's not gonna be. Not everyone is as bold as I am with doing that. I mean, the only reason I even did it is because I had Mewtwo with Psybeam Surf.
I mean,
Thunder too.
there won't be Fly on E4, but it could be our required progression.
I mean, if it was for me, but yeah, I don't have any confidence. So I mean, the Crobat could make it work, but it's gonna be very difficult. Tom not checking the waterfall check. He did reset away. Maybe not taking into account the Route 27 checks.
And not just that, not just that, just Mount Mortar at the back, which is without playing badge, 13 items you can get that, where Fly could be. So.
Well, I don't think he grabbed Waterfall at all, so he's gonna be missing that entirely at the moment. Yes. So Asazas gets through level 5, we'll be able to take that Abra teleport all the way back to New Bark. But first, some shopping.
Can do some shopping here, will be taking that teleport back. He has that Fly point, and now he will be able to get Fly before he has to do this fight. Or before he has to do E4 if it would be required, so. Yep.
Talking to the old man. Abra. Oh, no, you have to talk to the old man first. There we go.
Oh,
and there's the plane
there's
badge.
Plane badge. That's our progression.
Oh, interesting.
It is an interesting spot to find it, because you can't just go over to the Waterstone Chamber if you want to now.
What? Wait, Tom just leaving, but you could do the Waterstone Chamber checks. Oh, and finds the roaming Mareep. Runs away from it though.
Yeah, I mean at this point, you have your Snorlax, and I think Tomcat realized. Wait.
Yeah, he's turning right back around. Unfortunately, he does get another encounter. Not the roaming sheep this time. Yeah, there we go. And it also does realize not only do you have the Waterstone Chamber checks, you also do have the Slowpoke Well checks as well. As Asazas is gonna definitely beeline for the back of Mount Mortar. It's gonna pull him a little bit away from doing those Union Cave checks, but we'll see whether it pays off for him or not.
I mean, it is 2 checks in Union Cave Basement versus 13 in Mount Mortar.
Of course.
I definitely can see the appeal of this.
Yep. It's gonna go up that waterfall. Tom checking the Waterstone Chamber check. Piece of candy. A TM. Another TM. And a Rainbow Wing. Oh, okay, so he still. Oh, okay. He has the clear bell marked on his tracker now. Okay, so he is aware that he can go up to Tin Tower now, which is also in logic. So we've been pulled into totally different areas now. Like, holy cow! It's really going to be a question of does Tin Tower pay off more than waterfall checks? And Tin Tower has similar amounts of items on it, as well as, of course, having the chamber checks in the back.
But Tomcat not going for Tin Tower right away, instead does bike back for the flame badge check here. It was, I believe, a pink bow was offered.
Yeah, I think so. Tom's doing soft sand girls though.
Well, at least the item prior to it, but yeah. I would be more
Empress is more
tempted
than
to...
usable. Surf strength Empress is good enough.
Yeah.
But the Snorlax is, in this case, is just what he prefers to run.
Yeah, but I would definitely would have preferred to just go to Tin, but yeah, Tomcat apparently.
Oh, and there's the Hive badge. Oh, this is interesting. Alright, so Tom doesn't get any items there. He's gonna tackle the soft sand girls.
Again, the Snorlax should not have too much troubles, but we will see what statuses we will get into. And Snorlax being able to at least outspeed the Slowbro, being 14 levels high.
You know, having higher levels and both being 30 base speed, one would think the Slowbro would be slower.
That Mortar and was just the Hive badge. We'll have asazas now going to check out the Union base. Oh, nope. Probably soft sand girls here first.
Alright.
I cannot imagine we are going to see a vanilla force director check here.
I don't think so. Not today. I think that's reserved for especially bad seeds. Although you never know Tom. Tom has been notorious for doing really almost any check. So you never know.
If you would not have waterfall, I say you could make an argument to just take a look. Of course, that is also never fought with me. So,
okay,
yeah.
So I didn't catch what the soft sand girls had, but I'm gonna take that they had nothing because
I couldn't see the specific, but it mentioned that the item bag was full.
Yeah.
And Tomcat is going back all the way for Slowpoke well.
Yeah.
When or where did Tomcat save the last time?
He saved, I believe, right after Rainbow. I think he just doesn't need to worry about saving. Oh, were you thinking about just save resetting?
I would imagine so. He has not found anything since the Rainbow Wing, so...
I mean, at this point, I think he sort of just committed to his movements of it. I don't think he's gonna be save resetting. I don't remember when he did it. Although I guess he saved right before entering Ilex Forest, so... Okay,
and
he is save
resetting
resetting
this away.
Okay.
So... wanted to save the experience from the soft sand girls, but... if this wasn't fly, wanted to use bike back. I imagine Azaz will also do soft sand girls in this position. Yep. Without playing badge, it's just so much less checks to do.
Yeah. There's much less plain badge checks. It is rather unfortunate that he didn't go all the way for that waterfall, which would make a lot more available to him, as it is locking at least the Hive badge now too.
Yeah, the point though is Tomcat can still find fly. Here
Yes.
somewhat soon. It has to be somewhere around
Looks like
here. We
it's
saw
gonna
it's
be
not
Tin
behind waterfall.
Tower, since we've done all the other checks here.
Yeah, I mean we do have this one check here still. But yeah, with fly, Tomcat can just get through that waterfall much more easily, and asazas has taken a few more ways with the bike in comparison to that.
Yeah, Tom's been a little bit less, has been much less liberal with using repels, and has been punished by taking those extra encounter steps without, in the grass tiles without repels, with quite a few extra wilds. I don't think it's. I think he's trying to be a little bit more concerned with the repels. Considering I don't think he went really repel shopping in all of it, if I remember correctly.
Yeah, he was shopping there, but he had not that much money, and I saw a super repel getting towards a count of 10. So that's definitely not a count you want to be on this early. So yeah, trying to.
Oh, and just a potion from the Soft Sand Girls.
Yeah.
Alright, so I think Asasas is gonna head. Yeah, he's gonna be heading over to Slowpoke Well. This is gonna be not Slowpoke Well. The Union Cave is gonna be rewarded with the plane badge and be able to do all those checks there as well.
Can now make that round trip. We'll be curious to see if he does go back for the Slowpoke Well in that situation.
I would imagine so after escape roping. And then using the water, and then taking the Waterstone Chamber out, exit the other way, is what I'm predicting. Because he didn't save here, because he was figuring he's just gonna escape rope out anyways. Or just like, you know what, this is my last progression check.
Yeah, I
think he's done everything else besides the Route 44.
Besides the Route 44 and Signwood.
Yeah.
But yeah, he is down to very, very few checks.
Oh, that's another Blissey we find on the stages. Oh, was that nearly a level?
Yep, that was nearly a level.
Kind of surprising. Usually when you take down a Blissey, it's at least a level, but that was pretty close for a level at this high level as well. This high stage, anyways. Another call for the roamers. Yep, and Asasas is indeed checking Slowpoke Well as I predicted right away.
Was a bit surprising that Tomcat didn't do it this way, but this was probably due to the realization.
Yeah.
But being a bit late with Waterstone Chamber, and he came from the other side at that point.
Yeah, that Togetic's base 40 speed, so it was still going slower than the Snorlax before the body slam.
Okay, but we are now able to see new checks, and it is very, very likely that we will find Fly here.
Yes, I mean, the probabilities of it not being here is slim. I think we're down to, at this point, without any other progression items, it's down to Cyanwood check and Ho Chamber. But I would say Cyanwood, or the Ho Chamber is sort of an extension of this location. Tom needed to get rid of some items to proceed to this corner item.
Just to repel. Although for Tomcat, finding a repel is probably kind of nice. Not having to buy an additional few.
And we do have the Rainbow Wing here for Sasas, who's gonna point him towards the Ho Chamber, or no, Tin Tower now.
We will be seeing next time, imagine.
Oh yeah. Yeah. High Badge is indeed waterfall locked, as Rigote points out, so he's hoping for Cut not to be here. Because it could still... Cut could lock fly items here, it'd be rather inconvenient.
That is true. There's not many.
But we do know it's not going to be in a dark place, because Zephyr Badge was on Route 44.
Yeah.
So that's one of the most useful things of taking something out of logic, is or out of fly logic rather, so you know it can't be behind anything. It can't be, for example, Roll Islands. We see a volcano badge here.
Not necessarily the thing we came here for, but we take it.
I'm not complaining.
I mean, cuts would only open up 4 more
4
checks
checks.
currently?
Yes. Correct. Oh, I didn't see one of the elders had a Reiko. He goes, "Yes, I am doing my sacred duty to protect." Protect the roamers. And here's Fly. So Tom is in a. But oh, this guy was. That's the guy who had zapped us as well. Oh my goodness.
Yeah,
Sir,
he was.
You're supposed to be protecting the legendaries, not using them for battles. He goes, "It's okay. I got this."
He was very well on theme. But you couldn't see the Raikou for too long on Tomcat's side. That earthquake made short work of it.
Yeah. Although it did have Iron Tail, which is a move I believe it could normally learn, or something like that. Interesting. Wigglytuff. Tom not as much a fan of Wigglytuff. He is going to be flying off the roof. That's just one of those little fun facts that you can fly off the roof here. It's actually treated as outdoors for once.
That's also why you can bike there.
Yeah.
I only just learned recently too, so yeah.
Yeah.
It's not always not something you really think about.
Yeah, it's a little small thing. There's a lot of roofs that are counted as indoors, so it is kind of strange that they actually appropriately call this outdoors.
Okay, Tomcat is now taking that fly and the plane badge and go through the ice path. Will kind of leave him able to go back to get waterfall without flying.
Mm-hmm. Well, I mean, he might just pick up the Silver Wing again, maybe, if he cares about that, but I think he's pretty happy with the Snorlax. And us is making that Crowbot work. Oh, and there's the pass.
There's the pass.
Alright.
Yeah.
We may not be visiting. Oh, Tom's like, wait, that's right, I taught over Rock Smash.
Yeah. And I think he just thought for a second about reteaching it, but then said, well, I can just go around. It would probably take less time than teaching Rock Smash again.
Asasa's catching the Togetic. I don't think he's looking to main switch to it, but it is getting it done.
Yeah, I mean, you cannot run away from the Suicune, so you have to end the fight in another way, and maybe he just really wasn't too confident in this Crowbot finishing it off.
Oh, and here's the Glacier badge for Tom. Very appropriately in the ice path.
Yeah. And finding this now makes you actually maybe think a bit more about picking back up that Silver Wing. Because you're just one waterfall away from getting to level 60 now.
Whirlpool, yeah.
Yeah, Whirlpool. 1/8 MOC.
Tom's selling off the rest of his stuff. Gonna get those max repels here. Very much needed. Gonna get stock up with some hyper potions as well. Tom, very confident in his movement in Dark Cave, having years of bingo experience actually, so not a problem.
look where he's at.
Yep. Alright, does pick up the item. He's gonna go for the black glasses now. This is, I think, the hardest movement, kind of generally to do in the dark, for a single item check that you normally would do for like bingos and stuff. We're gonna do the menu flashing to menu around. Does get a good rod for his reward. Not the item, the great item they were hoping for, but just good enough. Sauce is getting his volcano badge. We'll be picking up storm badge relatively shortly.
Fly. There was the red scale for Tomcat.
Yeah. Oh, very good. Thank you very much. Oh, and he is going to go back and pick up that silver wing, as we alluded to.
Yeah, I mean, you are just there, and again, you are just one more item away from getting to that level 60. Which, even if you are happy with your current main, at least taking a look at it is probably still worth thinking about if you find Whirlpool very soon, because you never know, it could be a Thunderbolt Scepter. Could be exciting Mewtwo.
Asasa's picking up his line now, seeing the big pink Pokemon there. Says, I've got enough pink on my team. Thanks, but no thanks. Tom picking up his waterfall. Does doing it in the same order. Oh, and the Togetic has an item on it. I'm curious what that item is. You never know with wild Pokemon what they have. We have randomized whatever items they could have, so it's something intriguing. Sasa's going straight back for the Ho Chamber.
Which Tomcat didn't do, I believe.
Correct. I don't think did Tom just forget the item in Tojo Falls here? Or did he check it before?
I don't think so. I think he checked it before.
Either way, unfortunately it does hit that spinner. You can't just do that movement. It will hit you every single time. You have to either wait or do a very complicated movement that Stearns has showed off that is just it's ultra precise, because if you don't get the movement correctly, you're more than likely to jump off the ledge, making it not even a time save at all.
I'm very familiar with this spinner. The ways I've hit this one, I cannot count anymore. There were so many.
I just wait.
Weird things I made. Yeah, even if I try to wait, I somehow do not really can get around the spinner. I always move back into it somehow. Kind of magnetic.
Looks like Ho Chamber is nothing. Tom is going to be doing the rest of these checks here that Asasas already did. As Asasas is going to be heading towards Ice Path. We'll be picking up his Zephyr badge on the way there.
So Asasas now ahead in terms of badge count?
Yes.
Or no,
although
parity.
Tom
will be finding later badge. And
yeah, so Tom can avoid doing the Victory Road fly point. However, this would be somewhat beneficial for Asasas though, because he can just fly back to Indigo Plateau if he needs to do reverse Kanto, since we do not have cut yet.
Yep.
Just because we have high badge doesn't mean we're gonna get cut before for our access to West Kanto.
Yep. That's always something you might have to think about, so...
We don't talk about where the expansion card was. But yes, it was on Morty. And it was definitely required at this point to fight him, not only for that, but also for access to the Volcano Badge and Fly, since we have seen no sign of the card key around.
At the moment, Asasas being
very clean boulders from Asasas. I don't know if Tom's actually gonna fight the rival here. It was a little bit more mandatory for Asasa since he didn't have fly and he was gonna take the teleport. Well, I would definitely consider it in Tom's position. Since he does have pass, I find it less likely he's going to do it. He opts not to.
Yeah. Again, you could make the argument that you might want to hedge against Cut being in Kanto. Or in West Kanto, but with the pass being open, we never even have touched Kanto so far. I definitely can see just saying, well,
the real part of Kanto.
we still need to find Radio Card and Pokegear first, and then Cut still needs to be behind that in West Kanto.
And remind me, where was... Oh, pass was, I think, Ice Path, and I just totally missed it.
He just picked up.
He also picked up his Glacier Badge, too. I just missed the opportunity as we were looking at Tom, as Asasa's doing checks that Tom has already done. And looks like Secret Question... Yeah.
Just in TM. But yeah, we can also fight Chuck here. Tomcat being very throughout in Johto now.
Yeah, so Tomcat's done a lot more of the checks except for that Waterfall Mortar, for that Hive Badge. So we'll see when Tom does eventually go to do that. You can find Pokeballs. We've seen a couple Pokeballs found on it. It's just I think there's a lot more Ultra Balls in the later part of the game. I believe with this setting there's about 12. I think there's 12 Ultra Balls you can find.
And there's a Great Ball.
Well, if you ask me, it's not all that great.
Well, definitely not for Ren.
Yeah, we have the Silver Wing picked up. Asasas is probably a lot more looking forward to a new main than Tom is.
Sure, you would prefer it probably, but I think at this point Asasas has accepted his fate and says probably, well, this Crowbat is doing well enough.
So we have Asasas going into Kanto proper itself, taking the wonderful train. We hope our runners are able to check the dojo.
Oh, you'll be seeing soon. It should be the next check after this one. Doing the usual.
Do find the Earth Badge though. As Asasas is inching towards that go mode. Still need 2 parts of the Pokegear though, at least, and... Oh. No! Skips it! Please, no. Not again.
You know, there's always, most of the time people say watch experienced runners to learn what they're doing. There are some things that you probably should not copy or integrate in your own thing. And skipping out the dojo check definitely isn't one of them.
Oh, and we have cut here for Tom. Oh. Well, you know, I've already commentated 2 matches, or actually, I've commentated 1 match this way. Oh, Chuck had take it. Thank you very much.
Yep. True. I saw that. I just didn't mention it.
I was looking at Asasa's screen. I was too busy watching him skip that check. Definitely nerve-wracking, honestly, to me.
only looking for 4 more things. So, no, it's just
What are the
one
chances?
check. No,
What's the chances
what
it's
are
another
the
badge?
chances? What could happen there? Oh, whirlpool.
Yes.
So questions in chat coming up of was there something? We don't know. Neither one has checked. So it could be anything.
Maybe holding out some solidarity for Mountebank and Furious Magic, who both missed that.
Yeah, maybe.
I suppose that's the new trend today. That's the new trend. Tom hasn't been into proper Kanto yet.
Yeah. You could say Tomcat skipped it, but also skipped everything in Kanto yet. So. Teaching Whirlpool, I'd imagine Asazas is very interested in checking out that level 60 now. Even if it's not a logic.
Yeah.
There's the hive badge for Tomcat. So we have at least badge parity again. Almost. There's that earth badge that Asazas found at Kanto. Gene part turn in does not give us anything needed.
From a technical standpoint, that was vetoed a long time ago. 5 Dota. It was actually, that was totally vetoed. And honestly, it sounds a lot more fun than it is when the first thing you do come up to is an electrode, and yeah, that's not that's not fun.
Okay, we do have the coin case here on Route 12. But without cuts, Asazas cannot check the other ones.
Yep. Tom opted in to teach Arrow Blast. Nope, never mind. He's gonna hold off on that.
Yeah, I mean, you do not need Body Slam and Strength on the Snorlax. Oh, there's the basement key.
Alright. I don't think we'll see another vanilla basement here. We've seen it a couple times, and Tomcat has his menu is now ruined as we've picked up the Pokedex. Rip menu.
This is now on the way to pick up cuts.
Yes.
Well, probably
we'll Islands check first, I think. Yeah. I don't think he's gonna. He might go for at least the sandwich for the life point to avoid having to fight the spinner. But yeah, Tom is clearing out all the dojo checks he can before entering into Kanto.
This way you could check out the pharmacy item first and see if it's maybe flash to make your trip in Whirlpool, World Islands easier.
Alright, and Tom is off to Kanto now.
Asazas hits the gym first.
Now, surely both of our runners aren't going to be skipping the dojo check.
Wow.
Surely it won't happen.
Tomcat will grab the Earth Badge now. And then will most likely check the dojo next. Which is usually what you do in this early, or in the loop when you arrive in Kanto with the pass the first time.
I think we might need a neon sign outside the dojo saying, "Please check me." Credits to Furious, who I was just who came up with that idea.
And
okay.
looks like Tomcat does not need those neon signs. Oh no. Does find the potion.
Okay. Our Asazas is spared this time. Asazas is running the shiny Crobat because It was the Gyarados, and he was desperately in need of a new main, since the big snake was not enough.
Romos were not too enticing either.
Well, he didn't check the Romers first, so...
Yeah. And even the Ho-Oh wasn't really a great option. So yeah, our main choices thus far have been not that great.
Yeah. For those who were... I saw a question in there. Whirlpool was in a rock tunnel.
So Tomcat could be picked up very soon.
Yeah. We did see... I mean, we probably will see him do that, just because he has the machine part as well. He's able to do the checks all in one go, like asazas did.
Yeah. Fun fact there is, for asazas it wasn't really in logic. He had neither cut nor flash at that point. For Tomcat it is actually in logic by the cut way from Cerulean.
Yes. Although, I think it's a little bit just simpler just to get it done with her from couple it with rock tunnel.
And there's the SS ticket
SS
for
ticket,
asazas.
yep. Well, I wonder if he'll take the boat. Not that he needs to, but he just may opt to. Maybe not yet, though. There's too many checks to be done with cut.
It's not so much more with cut, so I think you can definitely make the argument and say, well, might just well take the boat to Kanto with how late I got the pass.
And there's Whirlpool for Tom. Asazas not opting to go into Whirl Islands in the dark. Not yet, anyways. Whirl Islands in the dark is not a comfort point for most runners.
And that's all the items in Rock Tunnel now, just on the way over to the exit. Won't be getting any more items out of here for the machine part turn-in. Although, did asazas go for the Poké Doll check in Vermilion? I cannot fully remember.
I don't think so. We don't have the lost item, do we?
I mean the check in Vermilion.
Oh, yes, he did. He did.
Okay. Well, you usually would get it. Okay.
Yeah, so it's also, it did double up on those items. He is going to be going back to check these items that he was left alone that Tom was able to do at once.
I mean, what, Tom? We'll check the Cerulean gym item first.
Bye-bye, go-go. Piece of candy. Always appreciated. Because I think his asazas is gonna go to Sabrina, potentially? No, never mind.
Does
Sell
look
it
more
on.
like Janine, sell it on Mart chicken. I don't think we see Erika first. Grab the leftovers, maybe?
Getting the leftovers?
I would assume you would probably check Janine before Erika, but when you're grabbing leftovers already, you might as well just go ahead. But no.
Yeah. Top gate that Mr. Psychic checked that I guess we didn't get it before, as asazas is going towards some new progress. He's doing Janine as you were saying. We got the basement key for Tom now.
Yep, that was that check, actually. Okay, so what does Tomcat do now? Does not look like search.
No, he's going to Whirl Islands.
Yeah. Okay.
Oh, this is exciting.
Not in logic yet, but again, there's that level 60.
I mean, I don't think logic is being an obstacle to anyone. But level 60 is a level 60, and it's still significant time to do that check. Whereas I think asazas is not willing to make that dive in at all, not even for the 60. So maybe if I have flash.
Yeah, the big point is we don't have flash yet, and I think there's one item outside Mount Silver where flash could be.
Flash could be most anywhere. It could be Sabrina. It could be. I mean.
That would be locked behind 60 badges, so there could not be anything in Whirl Islands. But
no, yeah, it's not locked in Whirl Islands, but we do see the item. Sasa's going into Janine while Tomcat is gonna check out the Lugia. He's gonna save, making sure that even if things go boom, it can hit it. And that's a tentacle.
Kenya's back, just not fully evolved yet.
Yeah.
And I mean, it's probably a good backup to pick up at least. If not,
I mean, it's bulky enough. It's gonna dig. And you can give it Surf. It'll be serviceable enough for red. I think running a tentacle early on you'll have trouble with the later matches. But when you're level 60, it's much easier to just use. Not the moveset we're looking for, but that can be fixed. We can just give it Surf, give it Crunch. And then I don't know if there was any other good special moves. Oh, Sludge Bomb. Oh, okay.
Yeah, that's not special. That's more for your.
But it's still stab.
That's true.
All right.
I think we are actually going to see the commitment here to the Tentacruel.
Yeah. All right, and then we have a Floor Star and Hyper Potion on Janine. Stab Sludge Bomb is pretty nice. And Tom is no longer going to be going second on every single fight.
Yep.
Oh, and we have
the radio card.
So we know that Flash should be somewhere coming up shortly, probably.
Yeah.
Because there's been now a couple things locked behind progress there. Obviously, we knew Flash had to be before Whirlpool, considering it was in Rock Tunnel, but... Oh, and there's the Rainbow Badge.
So this Whirl Island's definitely a good thing to do, as Azazas is taking on the Nugget Hedge Maze.
Yeah. Wow. This is pretty big. And sometimes you just have to be bold to do these plays. I mean, yeah, it's not fun to do these checks in the dark.
Yeah, but with the map, I think all of them are reasonably doable.
Yeah. I mean, definitely can use also the item balls as if you save item balls for last, you can use them as mileposts.
Yep. And as we saw Tomcat there using the menu, flashing up
Tomcat's been using a lot of menu flashing. I am not very good at the menu flashing. I'm not looking. I don't really see it very much. We have the mystery egg here too. Oh.
Almost done.
Just 2 more items and we'll be good to go. So yeah, Royal Islands has at least been lucrative. Stacking both the rainbow badge and the radio card. And the mystery egg as a potential option as well. Hopefully for 5 rare candies, although I think we've already got that.
There's the card key, and that's probably something Tomcat wasn't really hoping to find.
Well, I mean, it's better than nothing. We have the basement key already, so that does put into logic, actually, every single card check there. We got basement key, we got the card key checks, we got even Claire's checks in logic now too.
Yeah, they are all taking so long to do, and if there's nothing behind here where it could happen, that's a great way to lose such a race. So hope would have probably been to just find the find the mineral badge and then have Poke Gear Go mode and never find the card key and never have to worry about all of these checks, but yeah.
I mean, I think there's too many checks to pass up, honestly.
Yeah.
And plus, it gives them extra time to ramp up this tentacle, since there's lots of fights here, and to get those extra levels. I mean, still, he's gonna be in a comfortable position for Red.
Yeah.
Still more surprising. I guess the lack of stat experience is now hurting him as well. Unfortunately, not able to take down that Lantern in one go. I think that's a combination of both Lantern being bulky, and no stat experience, and Tentacle having a mediocre special attack.
Yeah, 8 is really just not that great of the base special.
But, you know, having a level 60 makes things least trivial.
For the most part, at least.
So we're getting towards the end of the Nuggy Hedge Maze, as we've been kind of paying attention more to Tom, since there's still so many fights in the Nuggy Hedge Maze.
Yeah.
I'm starting to think that it might be where Flash is, honestly.
Yeah,
because we know there is so much locked behind Flash.
We have not many more items left where it could be. The Hive Badge was available without Flash, so can be here. Could be Erika, could be Sabrina.
Could be Surge. Oh! What? Fabulous prize!
Oh, and that's actually something you cannot really afford to reset away. Because Flash actually hard locks 4 items in the Flash chamber, and unless you know that they are not required, you cannot really pass up on the Flash.
Yeah. We'll have to take this fight for that fabulous prize. If your bag is full, you don't have to do this fight. But if an item goes into your inventory, you do have to do the fight. With the lone exception being if your bag is full and you get a Poke Gear part, he actually won't fight you. It's actually kind of interesting.
That's really interesting.
Because I don't know if I don't think because you can get repeated checks like that from, for example, someone like the Lost Item. Because I don't think it knows that it knows that's an item, but it may not be aware that it actually got into your bag, so they try to give it to you again. I mean, that's what happens when we do things with randos, that sometimes some of the item giving behavior is not as what we expect. Flash was the fabulous prize.
After checking the Flash chamber here, asazas will probably beeline straight to World Islands.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
now they're fully in logic for him.
Yeah.
And I cannot see any reason to pass that up.
No. Alright. Oh,
There's
the mineral badge is here!
Badge. That is huge.
Oh, that's huge. That is
Because-
absolutely huge. I don't think Tom's going to be going to the Nugget Hedge Maze people at all anytime soon.
Yeah. Especially if the Poke Gear shows up anywhere soonish.
I think with this, asazas has the definite lead, because he is right now heading to Royal Islands.
Yeah. As will getting a rainbow badge and the radio card here. So there's the Poke Gear.
Gear! Oh my gosh!
So
we are in no mode.
Yep, and Asazas is pretty much on the way to his go mode here, because he will be getting all of the things he needs. Radio cards, card key, and the rainbow badge here in World Island.
Yeah. Oh my gosh. Tom's gonna be going on a total fool's errand at this point.
Yep. And this Nugget Hedge Maze paid off huge.
Starters were... Gosh, it's been so long since the starters, I don't even remember.
There was a Croconaw.
There was a Croconaw, Miltank, and the
Rat.
Rattata, I think.
Yeah.
Yeah, asazas took the Croconaw, Tomcat took the Miltank.
Yep.
So it looks like asazas is going to be going for this tentacle switch as well.
Well, no, even if not, at least catches for backup or...
I mean, he's pretty close. He's pretty close to, Yeah, no, this is the tentacle switch. I think they're gonna he's picked up also the Sludge Bomb TM. So he's gonna teach that as well. He didn't buy the Crunch GM, so it's not gonna be identical movesets, but there is a Bone Ring and Double Edge.
I mean, if you really wanted to, you can just go back for that potential Crunch or Psychic TM.
He just reset it away? Oh, you know what? He's going for a male tentacle.
Oh.
No.
He wants to go more physical with it, so...
I mean, he knows that this is gonna be his... No, no, never mind!
I'm saying Crobat's enough, which...
Alright.
Yeah.
I mean, totally understandable.
Yeah. Shiny should be having good DVs, and...
Well, it's not guaranteed attack DVs, but...
Yeah, but Crobat Special is not too bad either, and Stab Sludge Bomb is definitely...
Yeah. I don't know, considering that you know you're close to... At this point, you know you're close to go mode. Much closer than he initially expected. But yeah, that's a little interesting. But yeah, asazas is for sure committed, and I respect that. We see a Piloswine, so that's not going to be a main switch of choice.
Not for the Tentacle. I mean, I had a Piloswine that was kinda runnable with Earthquake and Ice Beam. So, can always consider it, but yeah, not with an 10 level higher Tentacruel, which is just so much better in comparison.
I tried once to run the Piloswine. I ran into, unfortunately, Jasmine having Sacred, I think Flamethrower Ho-Oh?
Yeah, that's then.
That was when I said, you know what, I can't continue with this Piloswine. It just does not live. asazas is very much ahead at this point. He's gonna be most likely heading to do the radio tower now that he has card key as well, which is where the last item is. Tom is missing that mineral badge, which is on Flash, which is locked behind Nuggy Hedge Maze.
Yep, and with all the quick Kanto checks is available now, and then they're not so quick, but still quicker than Hedge Maze checks you can then do after that. Yeah, Tomcat is not getting Flash anytime soon, and therefore has no real chance to get to that mineral patch.
I mean, the only thing he's gonna do is if he goes on a YOLO play. We have seen some YOLO plays, but I don't think that would be the YOLO play of choice.
No.
Eventually, asazas is going to do at least the radio tower, because there are so many checks locked behind it. In fact, we see him going right now.
Yeah. What else you really have as an option?
I mean, there's
Search, Sabrina.
Yeah, I mean,
Erica.
There's so much locked behind the card key itself.
Yeah.
It's just unfortunate that Tom's doing all these checks that we know aren't needed because, you know, his go mode item is the mineral badge, but the Sasa's go mode item is, of course, the Poke Gear.
And that early play from Asazas towards Nugget Hedge Maze, that really paid off massively.
Yes, for those who are wondering, you do need all 16 badges the way to access West Kanto, which includes waking up the Snorlax with all 3 Poke Gear cards, and a way to access it. So that's either cut through or cut or surf plus waterfall.
And having that Poke Gear part as the last thing you have to find just locks quite a big chunk out of the later stages out of the game. And specifically it being here behind the False Director Tour, you are never tempted to do Claire, because you really cannot without getting to your Go Mode item. And you're not doing Basement because it's not a logic.
Yeah, what's on the tracker here is actually different than what's on the tracker for the runners. The runners have a much more complete tracker. We have opted just to go with the with necessary items and ones that lock other checks. There's a bunch more extra key items that don't have any real functionality, or aren't exactly useful for progress. So these are the ones that are more key to know about, with the exception of that R being the Team Rocket. Honestly, it could have been either Team Rocket or having to defend E4, but I assume most of the time you're going to be defeating Rockets more often. I did forget to mark it for Tom, even though it's been a while. But I don't think so. It was interesting enough though. Tom didn't actually go into the basement either. Right afterwards. Honestly, with one badge checking, I mean, I understand doing these quick checks more rather than getting the long, slogged out ones.
Exactly. You do have to wake up the Snorlax anyway. You do need your you do need to make your way towards Pallet Town eventually. So why not do those ways you have to do and take up the fast checks on the way?
Yeah.
The basement has some fight before, and then this low first room, the riddle, flip the switches, take the 2 items, and then the other ones always, all of that takes a bit of time, and these checks are just a bit quicker, and you only need to find 1 item, not 10.
Yeah. Radio, of course, Claire's gym also being pretty long and having to deal with the quiz as well, which is not hard, but it's just more extra time, and watching Claire strut her stuff.
And this is probably going to be Sabrina for Tomcat.
Tom's unable to check the flash chamber check. He doesn't have flash, so he's not able to do that check. Find the last item.
And he won't be finding Flash because that is a spot where it is very, very slow to get to, and with all the faster options he has available, it's just not really attractive to go to do Nugget Hedge Maze.
Yeah, but Asazas will be entering Go mode shortly, just after this fight. He will be a little low level on the Crobat, but he does have those rare candies he's been holding on. I know Tom had 6 rare candies. I think he found all of the rare candies actually, because he used one and still had 5 in his bag. So if anything, Asazas would be comfortable enough to potentially do red. Mid-level 50s is about when you're feeling comfortable against red. It's
And Crobat is not the frailest Pokemon either, although you might think so from its appearance. But it has a solid defense and special defense, and not the smallest HP stats it could have. There are
so Zasta's not even gonna need to check any of the other items. He's in Go mode, not even checking behind the desk.
Nope.
Yeah, so we are in Go mode 2 hours 17 minutes. Very good.
Check for rare candy, but does not even do that.
If he's paying attention, he'll know he has all the rare candies. But
well,
I think you don't even want to worry about that.
Might look for Drill Peck TM or Earthquake TM or stuff like that.
I think he might. So Asazas, if I remember correctly, doesn't have all that many X items because he was a little bit on the poorer side. He may be going to shop for X items shortly.
It does not look like it, because he could just have done it here in Goldenrod. And yeah, as you do need to wake up the Snorlax first.
Was definitely thinking about it though. Yeah, you need to wake the Snorlax first to move that guard, and then you can do it. I think Mew isn't as strong in these because its experience level is nerfed, and while it has 100 in all stats, it's not particularly something you're looking forward to use. Oh, that's a high jump kick Pilot Swine. Okay, you know that's good backup main.
Nah.
Yeah, and Sasas realizes, you know, I'm waking up the Snorlax, I might as well just go through this way. Gonna go do the cut through here. Probably pick up that one item in the way, since it's right there, and then be on his way off.
Why? Okay. That's max.
It's right there. Yep. On the way to red. Although Tom is doing Nugget Hedge Maze right now, so...
Which, actually, yeah, is what he has to do.
I mean, the Sasas is getting there. I mean, you know, if the Sasas is struggling a little bit more, Tom still has a chance here. It's not all written down. We've seen red take upwards of 20-30 minutes. You never know.
Yeah, don't remind me, I've seen quite a few interesting fights already this tournament.
We've seen Metronome Red, that's always a roller coaster. We've seen the infamous Mew of the tiebreakers. About your setup. Yeah, we've seen a lot.
And this Crobat, yes, it is doing okay until now, but it definitely can struggle with some of potential leads.
I'm more curious about how many X attacks the Sasas has. It's definitely gonna need the 6. It might be a little bit hard to one-shot things otherwise.
If Azazas didn't rebuy some, he was actually kinda out of. Okay.
I think he had only like 4 left.
And probably missed when he restocked on them, but that didn't look like
just
many.
committing to the Crobat, not saving before, just committing to the Crobat, for better or for worse. Not gonna check any Mount Silver mains. There would be a level 52, level 51 slots you could see. But I think you're pretty comfortable with a level 56 crowbar. Oh, saves 1 candy in case needed. Alright. Oh,
See?
it also has 20x attacks. Okay.
Lickitung, not the scariest, but could be easier for setup. Yeah,
Oh,
there's the
22x
20X.
attacks. Oh yeah, this also has plenty of X attacks.
Oh, and trying
Oh,
tail
good!
whip, definitely.
Good job with that guard spec. Because now Raid is going to be trying to use Tail Whip a bunch of times, and you know what? It's not going to be effective. And it's going to try to keep the... Oh, Growl too. Oh,
Ooh.
that's especially good to have, because... Oh my god. This is why you do turn 1 guard specs if you can afford it.
Yeah.
This setup is free. And Tom has Flash.
This
Want to go for the Flash Chamber now.
Chamber into Flash Chamber? From the looks
Yeah.
of it?
I think so, yeah, because he hasn't been to Ho Chamber yet. Unfortunately, the Ho Chamber is on totally different side as Flash Chamber. Yeah. So Asazas is going to be pretty comfortable sweeping through this. Just a couple... Probably only need like 1x speed to be outspeeding everything.
It is quite sad though, living a wing attack, but using double kick makes that not a worry at all.
Yeah. I don't know if Asazas checked for his TMs for Aeroblast, so...
Don't think so. It has no good move for this Kabutops.
That Sludge Bomb is good enough. It is resisted. Brock does resist poison, and it's kind of those weird interactions you don't always see.
Yeah, but giving your opponent a chance to attack is always, or can always be a bit scary, and all. This might also... No, okay, no. It does not
I think...
Sludge Bomb.
Yeah, Sludge Bomb is going to be good enough. I think Ghost also resists poison, so this is why he's opting for Wing Attack. And GG! Asazas is done.
Tomcat is going over towards the Flash Chamber, but it won't be in time anymore.
Yeah. GG.
Has won. Finished
Yeah,
with an official time of 2 hours, 23 minutes, and 26 seconds.
And looks like Tom has decided, to forfeit. So we'll see if we can both have him in. As it looks like Asazas is going to be having a rematch of the bingo tournament. He's going to go up against Storms.
Ooh, that will be definitely interesting to watch. And we
GG.
do have Tomcat already here.
Hi, Tom.
GG's.
I think we may have... I don't know if... I think SpeedGaming Espanol is going to be doing... I don't know if...
Oh, true.
Don't think they had a restream of this.
But, close match. You were right on the track there, Tom. You... was in Flash Chamber, so... you were right there.
Yep. Yeah, fair enough.
Yeah, it was a really close match. You guys were trading leads quite often, and it really came down to the Asazas ended up doing the Nugget Hedge Maze first, and gave him Flash so he was comfortable enough to do World Islands. Because it looked for a while,
true.
once you had done early World Islands, that it was, the play to go.
Yep.
Oh, we don't have a restream Spanish. Okay, so I guess... I'll send another invite to Asazas in case he wants in as well.
Yeah, I didn't enjoy doing World Islands blind, but I figured I had to do it at the point I was at.
I mean, the ability to get to level 60 in addition, or at least see if it is a reasonable main switch, definitely made sense there. Your other options weren't the fastest.
Nope.
If Nugget Hedge Maze, if the Nugget Hedge Maze wasn't required and the badge was would have been somewhere else, or even not just not in the Flash Chamber, you would have been in a good position. But fortunately, that's not how it turned out to be.
Yeah.
It's fine. I made my fair share of mistakes anyway.
I mean,
Yeah,
at least you didn't run the shiny.
Oh, well, he did?
Yep, he ran the Crobat.
He kind of had to.
Oh,
Yeah.
no.
GG's Asazas.
GG.
Thank you. GG's. Tom.
Yeah, GG.
Jesus. I felt pretty bad about execution in general. Today wasn't my best day at all. Just got lucky where it mattered, I guess.
I mean, you did pretty good. So talk to us a little bit about your choose and stick with the shiny. I think a lot of people would have been very turned off from turning the shiny, because of the animation, but...
I guess I just thought I was running acrobat with Jinx's Cry, and that's it.
What good,
But I mean,
good way to think about it.
Yeah, I mean, really, I saw nothing. I mean, I thought about the tentacle. So my thought process about the tentacle was kind of funny, right? So I went tentacle, and I thought, well, tentacle, that's decent, I guess. And then its moveset sucked. So I looked at TMs, right? So I had Surf, I could teach Surf. Had Sludge Bomb, I could teach Sludge Bomb. And then a few seconds later, I thought, wait a second. I have Sludge Bomb. Why do I need the tentacle? So yeah.
So that's why you reset it away. Makes sense.
Yeah, so if you remember that there was a crunch TM to buy in the mart, that was the special defense drop TM.
Yeah, there was.
Could have been a way to get the tentacle a bit more runnable, but yeah. In the end, the Crobot was fine.
Either Crunch or Psychic, I guess. It's like the lower special defense. I don't know if the Psychic description is like that.
They're all the same. Psychic,
Shadow
Crunch,
Ball.
and Shadow Ball are the three that share that description.
Yep.
We do have a question from the audience. Explain to us the dojo skip strategy you had there.
The dojo skip.
Yeah, I mean, you got the Earth Badge there in Route 5, and then bike right past that fighting dojo. Never taken a look at that item.
Dojo skip, I guess, was the dojo brain fart. So if something was there, I wasn't finishing the game. I mean, okay, it wasn't my best game, all right?
It was just a potion. It didn't.
Yeah.
It wasn't. You didn't fall victim to it as well as this time. So you did win. So I don't know how much of a bad execution was. You did. I think perfectly fine. And I mean, besides the small early wipe to the twins.
I mean, yeah, I had a kind of a twitchy thumb there, moving there. That's
totally understandable.
I mean, that's fine. That's infuriating, but it really doesn't mean all that much, right? So the early game, I mean, stuff is decided in the late game. So I would imagine Tom probably, got the pokey gear, so he probably just saw everything in Eastern Kanto. So, and I don't know, maybe even gone to Dragon's Den, I don't know. But I was able to skip all that. So I was pretty happy with the early-ish Nugget Hedge mates play.
I mean, that player definitely was what won you this game in the end. But Tom definitely was that much ahead. He did do the fast West Kanto checks first, or had done all of them, and then went to Nugget Hedge Maze still. But Claire wasn't touched this race.
Yeah. Nobody got baited by the card key basement key. Yeah. Tom was right on his way to the Ho chamber, or he was just finishing up the Ho chamber and was on his way to the Flash chamber.
Yeah, he was like 5 minutes away tops.
Anyways, GG from both of you. Congrats again. Any thoughts for matching up against Storms again?
I mean, it will be interesting. Let's see, but again, just better or worse execution aside, there is a huge luck factor always in these races. So I always say every race is a toss-up. So really interesting, I guess, because it's a rematch from the bingo tournament, and I mean that's a little hype, I guess. But I'm definitely happy just having gotten this far. Didn't really expect it. So we'll see. We'll see. Will be interesting.
Congratulations, and thank you both for participating. Any last words before we kind of wrap up this broadcast?
GG, good luck.
Yeah, thanks, Tom, and GG, and thanks for the race.
Alright, so please stay tuned to the rest of the day. We have in about an hour and a half, we have Ergote versus Diego Armando, and then we will have, that's at 3 o'clock p.m. Eastern Time, and then at 4:30 p.m. today we have Zan versus Wingage. So definitely keep your eye on for that. That's also going to be rebroadcast on Rando Brazil, so definitely feel free to check out the alternate Portuguese language stream. And then tomorrow we have our last scheduled match at the moment of Dragon Drag versus Audley at 10 a.m. So definitely check out all these matches, and we'll stay tuned for when the round of 8 matches get scheduled. So then I'm Stover, and thank you very much. And commentating with me was Raylan, and definitely a shout out to both of our runners who've done a great job. See you later.
Yeah.